Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of video 50 things to declutter by the end of the year. I had to finish quite abruptly. I split the video in twos, so apologies for not even properly saying goodbye to you. This is part 2 and let's jump into it. In regards to bathroom, although we are in the kitchen, take a point to use all your samples like that. I have it for years, and just make a point to use them by the end of the year and start clean without all those tiny bits. The same goes for nearly finished cosmetics or any creams like this one. I cannot finish it. I mean, it's taking ages, so my goal is to finish it before end of the year and not, I'm not buying those, but not even accepting as a gift because I'm not a cream person. So finish all your nearly finished cosmetics, start clean. Declutter all the dishes, plates or glassware you don't use, like at all. They at the back of your cupboard and you never reach for that specific, I don't know, glass or something. Just declutter it. Just a couple months ago I decluttered martini glass. We never ever drink martini. I don't think I ever had martini, but I had a glass. What for? So I gave it away. The person who collected it was quite happy, so just give it away. Same goes for doubles, like double appliances. Maybe you have 2 blenders, and no point of keeping 2 of something when you're only using 1. Declutter all the sauces or packets of something you are getting for free from maybe takeaways, like the salt my husband got from somewhere, or ketchups, the kind of like a sample, but all the small packets you get that they're lying in your fridge or maybe in your cupboards, just make a point of using them up. Same goes for herbs and spices. Check the smell, the aroma. Maybe it's already gone and it's no point to keep those. And expired herbs actually are the sign that you are not using something, like it's not needed in your kitchen. So don't buy it again. And remember, those things are organic matter, so compost inside the contents, and you can either recycle the jar or repurpose. I have jars like that when I decided I will never buy specific herb again, but I just removed the label and I have something else which I started to use and enjoy in my kitchen. So don't throw away, don't be wasteful. Those jars are really handy. So declutter all those things, like packets of something, or sauces or soups that you don't use in your kitchen. Declutter damaged frying pans or any pans you have. They're dangerous. Don't eat from them anymore. I decluttered this pan in my October declutter. I'm still waiting to gather more things to declutter to go to recycling center. Same goes for damaged utensils, especially plastic ones. I don't know if you can see this one. It is melted a little bit. I'm still using it for salads because I think it's safe when you use for like a cold salad, but you shouldn't use melted like plastic or cook with that. It's dangerous. Declutter empty jars. If you have if you are a collector like me, I love jars and I'm repurposing them all the time for different, if you've seen in my cupboard, for nuts, for seeds, for flour, for everything. But I have way too many, so it's good idea to declutter your jars if you have way too many. Same goes for plastic utensils. You maybe got from free when you order takeaway. We have some from the past, and I'm still keeping them. I'm using them when we're going to the beach. I try to be really mindful about this. I'm not, you know, taking this from the restaurant and then throwing away straight away after one use. So I'm cleaning that, and then I can use it again on the beach, for example. But I'm trying to just move forward and never take those again from any restaurant. Declutter your kitchen towels that are too damaged. This one actually is repairable, but anyway, I think it reached the moment that I can just cut it into rags. I have quite a lot of kitchen towels. This was hands me down. I have it over 10 years, and the person before me had for a couple of years, I guess. So for me, it served a lot of times, many years. I can cut into rags and then just declutter. So all the old kitchen towels stained with holes, declutter them before the new year. Declutter your fridge and freezer. By decluttering, I mean use up what you've got. Forget about the mess here. Whatever you've got in your fridge and freezer, try to use up, make a meals out of the food you've got before the new year. Check your freezer, because maybe you've got something that's way too long there, like years, and it's maybe not usable at all. So check your fridge and freezer and make some meals. Next broad category, paper clutter, digital clutter. So if you have any old receipts for wherever, for even food receipts, just throw them away. You don't need those. If you have receipts for something that you no longer have, for example, I don't know, coffee machine. I checked my folder a couple months ago, and I found a receipt for the coffee machine that we no longer have. I gave it away for someone who could repair it. So I didn't need that receipt. I thrown it away. It's always worth to check your paper, your documents, to check if those receipts are even relevant. Same goes for tax returns, or I'm not sure if it's like a paychecks. If you in UK, I think it's 5 years when you have to keep your tax returns. Don't quote me on that. I just think in Poland it's 5 years for your insurance, for the pension. Check with your country authorities how long you have to keep the taxes and all the bills of maybe something for your car repairs, how long it's required by law to keep those, and the rest you can declutter. Declutter letter from school, from maybe your surgery, inviting you for something like maybe vaccine or for checkup. You don't need those letters if you already, for example, had your checkup, or the meeting at school was already there. You can keep always one copy of something, just like in UK it's very common to ask for proof of address. So letter from school or from the surgery would be that proof. So it's worth to keep one letter from each kind of authority, like school, surgery and something. But you don't need all those letters. Digital clutter. Delete emails that are no longer relevant, that were not relevant in the first place. Like, for example, newsletters from the, I don't know, maybe from the grocery you shop, but you're not interested in. For emails that are not relevant anymore. For example, invitation to something that already happened, or I have to book cinema tickets for myself and my son through website. So I've got the tickets coming to my email, and once the staff scan my barcode from my email, that email no longer is needed. So I'm deleting emails straight away when I don't need them. For example, all the bookings bookings for swimming or cinema, when I already been to cinema or swimming, then I'm deleting straight away. I'm trying not to forget to do that. This way my box is not empty, but I'm trying to keep it, you know, at the low numbers. The other thing, you can download photos and videos from your phone to the hard drive and then delete those photos and videos from your phone. This way you keep your phone neat, less cluttered, and you are pretty secure with your, you know, like photos, that they even if you lose your phone somehow or it will be damaged, the photos that were important to you are on the hard drive. And delete apps you are not using, all the applications or games you have on your phone that you are not using anymore. Be honest with yourself when the last time you used it, and delete it. Don't waste your space, like a storage space for those apps. Same goes with contacts. Check your contacts. If there are people that you are no longer friends with, or you don't even remember who they were, it's really surprising for me when I'm going through my contacts how many people I lost touch with. So it's not that I'm erasing them from my life, but I have nothing kind of left in common, because maybe I knew them from 15 years ago from my work, and the work was only place when I had a contact with them. So every now and again I'm checking my contacts and checking what's relevant, to be honest. And with that, with digital clutter, also comes electronic category. Declutter old phones that you no longer use. Make sure the memory is kind of wiped before maybe you can sell it if it's sellable, or if you can donate it or recycle it, but make sure all your personal data is not there. Check your cables as well. If every cable is for something, you know, don't have loose cables lying around and you don't know what to do with them. I think never happened. I decluttered a few cables in my life and I never looked back. I never missed that cable for anything. And if it's working, then you can offer it free or donate it. Or if it's not working, then obviously you can declutter it mindfully through recycling center, because there are still elements of that cable that can be recycled and reused. Next category is medication. So declutter all the meds that are expired, like many years. I have some. I forgot to take it to surgery last time I was there. So like 5 years old. And also declutter meds that you no longer need. For example, like this cream, I think it's still maybe in date. Actually it's outdated, but like eye drops. For example, you had some infection in your eye and you were using eye drops for 2 weeks or week, and the eye drops still are in date. But the thing with like eye drops is the container, the medication inside is only, the expiration date is 4 weeks once you open it, so it's quite short. So be aware of that those eye drops might no longer helping you if you keep the medication and use it like 2 years later, or even though the date on the medication is still good. So you check how long the specific medication can be left open and be usable. So if you know something was open for a long time, even though the date is still okay, like maybe specific cream with antibiotic or eye drops. Declutter it. They won't be working. The next broader category is your hobby. Check if you're using all your art supplies or whatever hobby you have, if this hobby still works for you, if you're still interested. If not, you can always donate your art and craft supplies to school, to your child's teacher, or if you don't have children, just donate them to school. I'm sure they will be happy to take all your art and craft supplies. They always, like my son's school, always ask for something, even for like old frying pans and other very strange random things, bits and bobs. So art and craft, check what you really use and declutter the rest. Same goes for sports equipment. If you're no longer, I don't know, using something, maybe kettlebells, and they take in your space, maybe it's worth selling them. Declutter all seasonal goods, decorations that you are no longer using, that don't serve your purpose. Maybe you have Christmas tree that you are not using. Please don't throw it. Offer it free through marketplace, or all your other people who buying trees every year and then, you know, just throwing away. This is really wasteful. Just offer free. Maybe somebody will, instead of buying, will take your tree, which is really sustainable. So offer all your decorations that you have way too many, for example, offer them free, and believe me, people will be taking those. And the last thing that you might want to declutter before end of this year are it's kind of like personal. So people that you no longer friends with, I mean, not decluttering people, but unfollow people that are not sharing maybe your values, or you have no contact with, you lost your contact and you're not interested in their life anymore. So it's just unfollow all those people through your social media, wherever you're using. And also, maybe it's time to cut some ties with with the family members that are dragging you down, that I know it sounds very rough, but life is too short to waste on people that are not good to us. So that's the last thing that you can declutter. I think it's the most difficult also, and also important for your mental health. I hope you're inspired to declutter something before the end of year. I know this list it's like a tip of the iceberg. I know I just scratched it. There's many things you can declutter. I was just at the top of my head. I gathered this list. Thank you for watching. Give me more things that are worth decluttering to start new year lighter in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.